50 to 60 slides that I can take you through. Okay, one by one slide. A lot of text on that one. You can read and we can call it session. Second option that I have, I have 0 slides and we discuss, interact and learn from each other. Right? Though it is about faculty development program, I will also learn a lot from you. Right? So which option do you want? First or second? How many are first? How many are second? Raise your hand. I happen to be a teacher today, so you are not. Okay, good. So I know you have computer screens in front of you. We don't need that one. Okay, and I was joking. I had 0 slides. I told to I think Apurva ma'am earlier that I will not have any slide. I will just have keep it interactive sessions. Okay. So should we start? Now, I don't want to be one-way dialogue. Of course, I have made some notes which I will keep on referring so that the discussion is in some kind of form. Okay. Now, AI-driven smart, secure and sustainable systems, cybersecurity and cloud integration. It's like multiple topics clubbed into one. And I was hearing that interdisciplinary is one of the focus areas. It seems you have taken AI-driven smart, secure, sustainable, cybersecurity and cloud as 5 different topics into one. And we will try to see what can be done and how you can use whatever we learned today or kind of learn from a knowledge point of view, how you can use with your students and in your general life. Right? Now, why this topic is important? Cybersecurity, why it is important? Any idea? Come on.
So cyber attacks are increasing day by day. So security is most important aspect.
Cyber attacks are increasing, right? What else? How many of you read newspaper every day? The physical newspaper. Nobody? Digital newspaper? Okay, you read one, right? So if you read the physical newspaper, which I do, Times of India is what I read. Second, third page, every day. Almost 7 days, after 7 days, 5 days for sure. There is a news article which says some very highly educated person, I think engineer or some officer, has been scammed for thousands of rupees or crores of rupees. Right? Digital arrest, cyber threats and all that. Right? So it is becoming important for every normal human being also that it is becoming kind of critical problem. Now from an enterprise point of view, having the cyber security, secure, cloud, everyone is going to cloud, right? Everyone is saying that we want to move to cloud because it is cheap, relatively cheap than having the entire infrastructure, relatively cheap, scalable, very short in time. You can do a real-time scalability. But at the same time, it also gives a lot of cyber security related issues. So how do you make sure that you use your smart system? Because every system, every application is becoming smart, right? They are secure and overall it becomes a very, very resilient system. What happened in 2020? You all know, right? What happened in 2022? Russia-Ukraine war happened. What happened in 2026? Iran-US conflict started, right? Now all this one has, and before that in India 2016, demonetization, right? So all this has disrupted the existing business, different businesses. 2020 COVID, all the businesses were impacted. In 2022, some businesses which are having exposure to Ukraine and Russia impacted or Europe impacted. Iran, all oil, gas, everything is impacted. So how do you make sure that your business is resilient? It is becoming one of the top priority for every company. And how do you make a resilient system? If they are able to withstand this kind of impact, if they are able to withstand or come out of this impact very quickly, they are secure from cyber threats or any other threat that is coming in. So this is why it is very, very important to have a cloud, cyber security, a smart system working together to create a one very resilient system and a resilient enterprise. Otherwise, any incident happen and the business will be out of business very quickly. You are with me? Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
No laptops and no mobile phones? Laptops? Right? Sorry, I'm having a fun of having a teacher. Okay. So let's start with some examples that I will quote. Okay. In NVIDIA, you have heard about this company?
Yes.
It's one of the leading edge company from the AI and the chip that they are making. By default, we think that they are a very secure company. We'll have all the cyber security everything happening May 2026, like 4 months back. Okay. Their gaming platform was targeted by third-party partners working from some Armenia-based someone kind of attack, and they lost gigabytes of data. Gigabytes of data was exposed. And this company, any company for that matter, data if is exposed, it has a financial implication, it has a lot of regulatory implication, and in fact, some entire company can be at stake. In my previous Sarda, when I was working with Accenture, I know one of the region I was handling was Canada, and that was not our client, but that the retail operator in Canada, where they have a petrol pump, for entire 1 month, their entire credit card system was hacked. So they were not able to accept credit card payment on the pump station or the gas station. And in US, unlike in India, everything happens on a credit card. So it's not cash, they have to pay cash and take it, right? So they were able to obviously have to rebuild everything because it was attacked by cyber. They were exposed to cyber attack. That is the situation that is happening from the cyber. Now let's come to the education one. Canvas LMS, right? They had actually reached about 3.65 terabytes of data. Again in May 2026. Similarly, US banks, their cloud platform was hacked or impacted in April 2026, which was the AI productivity tool that was hacked, exposed a lot of customer data to the hackers. So these are some of the incidents that happened in last 3-4 months. So the big companies is what I'm saying. Okay. So what we will do today is simple. I will cover maybe briefly about AI, cloud computing, cyber security, sustainability. Then we talk about what are the risks in AI enabled system. Have you heard a word about responsible and ethical AI? How many of you heard responsible and ethical AI? Right? How many rest of you heard? No? Yes, no? No. Okay, no one, no. Anybody? Heard about it, right? But you don't know what does that mean. Okay, fine. So we'll cover that. And then we'll talk about how to kind of have interdisciplinary systems. Right? Now, how many of you heard about AI? Everyone? How many of you believe that companies are using AI across the board? How many of you believe AI will take away the job of humans? Nobody? Yes, no? Yes, this society is yes. Not completely, okay, it's underneath, okay. Partially, okay. Okay, so some data points for you. You heard a lot about AI, everyone using AI and all that. McKinsey has given a report recently about 85% plus, and the large companies globally, they are using AI or generative AI, okay? But only in some very siloed manner, in a small department here and there for smaller activity. Now that is 85% plus. Only 30% plus companies are thinking right now to use AI at enterprise level. What does it mean is that everyone is trying the pilots with AI, but they are not able to scale it up. at the enterprise level. And that's the reason, one of the key reasons that companies are now getting worried is that they are not able to see the value coming out of the AI industry. If they are implementing only one small department or one small use case, value will not be there. And they are not able to scale it to the enterprise, and hence the value are less, and there is a lot of pushback or question marks. Is really worth trying that one. For example, Microsoft gave back office in that everyone started to start using AI, and then they stopped it because the token cost has gone up. They said, okay, let's control the use of AI. So it is important for you to know that AI will be there, but it is not currently implemented across the enterprise, and is not taking away the jobs. It will definitely take away the jobs. Also, what kind of job? Students or employees who are not able to learn to work with AI and enhance their output. Okay. So if whoever is the employees who are not able to do that one, they will definitely lose their job. But the employees who are able to learn, collaborate with AI or generative AI tools and enhance their output, they will thrive, they will maybe get a bigger role also. And those jobs will increase more. How many of you are from IT department here? 1, 2. Okay. So I was having a discussion with your IT HOD just now, and I said, IT or computer science is not an engineering branch, right? It is not, right? It's not a core engineering branch. Sorry to both of you, right? It's not a core engineering branch. Data, AI science is not a core engineering branch. Mechanical, electrical, civil, all these are core engineering branches. Now, in future, and I want you to let your student know, because when I interact with the student, this is the one question always keeps coming to me. They said, okay, we have done this, what course I should do in AI, what course I should do in data science and all that, right? The important for your student to know is, along with the computer, they need to have some domain knowledge. Because today, computers and data or AI is in almost every industry. It's not that one industry doesn't have that one, and only computers has data and AI. So mechanical industry, your car, you having a lot of compute and AI. Like if you Tesla autonomous car, self-driving car, is all there is AI in that one, right? Your financial industry, a lot of AI work is happening, right? How do you mitigate the risk? How do you mitigate the frauds? How do you approve the insurance or the loans and all that is AI is used. Similarly, any manufacturing industry, digital twin, IoT, everything is based on taking the data and using the data to get the outcome better. So, student needs to have a good understanding of domain, at least one domain. Along with that one, computer and data or AI will make them a very, very powerful force when they go to the job market. Okay, so I'm not saying you don't learn data, AI and computer, but that is mandatory for any industry now. So you have to learn that one, your student learn that one to get a better outcome, better job opportunities. You are with me? Okay. Now, any questions so far? And I've been talking, so let me ask now, what do you want to learn from this session? I have 7 more pages to cover, but I don't want to do that one. I will do that one if there is no question. But when you walk into this room, right, and next, we have 2 hours, right? For next 2 hours, you will be here. So, what is you want to learn or achieve from this session? Let me start from that and then we will cover other topics. Yes?
So the things that we can pass on to the students.
Okay.
So that like these are Gen Z generation. Like, their full attention is very difficult for us.
Okay. So what you can teach to the student or what you can ask them to do something which will meet their expectation, at the same time your expectation to help them, right? That is number 1. Okay, we'll cover that. What else?
Ethical use of AI for students.
Ethical use of AI for student or school?
Students should use AI ethically. Then awareness about cybersecurity as well. Because they are using so much social media and all.
Okay, keep on, I'm just making a note so that. Okay, what else?
How to build a business with AI.
Build business with AI, okay.
Technology.
Startup.
Okay. What else? You were saying something? I need one row each, so he has covered for you. Okay. When not to use AI. Okay, good. Okay. Because okay. Okay. And I said I will take one from everyone, so all four has done. Cyber crime, okay.
What do you want from the session? What do you want from the session?
Own problem.
Sustainability about
Okay, good. Yes.
how can
AI integrate AI with cloud. You don't have to integrate. AI is already in the cloud. So other topic, other point.
What is smart with AI?
What is? Work smart with AI. Okay.
AI. How to work smarter with AI.
Okay. You said okay, ethical use of and cyber security. Okay. You did not say.
Already covered, so how many points are there?
No. You had to tell me one. Sorry. No. Because if you are here, you are spending 2 hours. I believe you should get a value out of that one.
How can we update as a faculty? Okay, we are talking about the student only, but what about our ability to survive?
Okay, good. Finally, someone asked a question about what is the entire session is about. Faculty upgrade, faculty development. Now I am wondering, क्या हो रहा है यहाँ पे? Okay. So let me talk about. Let me cover this topic, and in that one you will see if I covered everything I want to talk or not. Okay. So first one, we talk about ethical and responsible AI. Okay. Now, why it is becoming a very important. AI works on large data set. You train the model, you tell the model this is how you need to behave, and then models start behaving. Imagine like you have a toddler, young kid, right? And you are teaching that kid how to behave with the elders. If you say that you need to respect your elders, you should show that action and reinforce whenever that person, toddler is kind of saying, okay, I respected elders, so you get a pat on the back or a reward. Is like reinforcing that situation that it is a right behavior. And that sometimes if it doesn't show respect, you should give punishment. So you are telling that this is a bad behavior, this is the right behavior. Right? So the toddler is taking all this data and training himself or herself in that this is how I need to behave. Now, that is a long process, 15 years process, right? But in AI, you have given large amount of data set to the model, and overnight, those models are trained. Now, imagine that data is not correct, or the data is faulty, without your knowledge. What will happen? You have given last 15 years of data to the model trained, and giving you output, and you start deploy that model. But the data is faulty, model will give you output which is not correct. Okay. And something called bias is there in the every data of AI. If bias comes, it can be a disaster proposition. There was a long time back, there was a study done in California University where they used picture to train the AI model. Picture was two pictures and two images, two categories, but various pictures. One picture where male is with the stethoscope, the professional looking pictures, and the female was standing next to washing machine or doing some household chores. Model was trained, everything is fine. They gave a picture which was the opposite. Male standing or next to the washing machine or doing household chores, and a female with a stethoscope. Because model was trained to indicate that male are doing the work and female are doing the household work, the model after training told female with the stethoscope as the male and male standing next to the washing machine or the household chores as the female. This is the bias that is coming in. Second, how do you ensure that the model data is having a ethical values? Now, assume you are applying for a loan to the bank, and bank has set up some criteria saying that if the person is meeting this criteria, loan should be approved. If person is not meeting this criteria, loan should not be approved. And in that one, I say someone from Maharashtra, we are from this state, someone from Maharashtra and say Pune is typically having a bad rating, so it should not be approved. Basically, everything else is fine, but you are all meeting your criteria. But the model is trained with that data point. If I reject it, is basically I am discriminating against you without even meeting all the criteria. If you bring religion in that one, it becomes this one. If you bring the skin color in that one, it becomes even more complicated. Okay? And such mistakes, especially in the AI, are very difficult to find out unless the damage is done too much. Because the agent who is taking the call will simply take a call based on what model is suggesting. To realize that model is giving the wrong information will take a lot of time. By the time damage will be done too much. Okay. Second, when you say ethical AI or responsible AI, these two are kind of one. Every company has certain ethics. We say, every company will say we will not discriminate anyone from employment based on their race, gender or ethnicity or anything, right? Caste and all that. But if you train your model, which is bringing those biases, your model is not living the ethical part of your organization. Second, it is responsibility also is there. Now, if you take a decision, you know you are responsible or accountable for the decision. But if you are taking the decision based on the data coming from AI model or any tool, who is responsible and who is accountable? So how do you ensure that you take all these precautions when you are training the model? And that's why any AI work that you do or your students are doing, make sure that the data is of the good quality. Data is not having any biases. Data is representing that company's ethical values. Otherwise, it will be a disaster image. It can be a disaster from a public image point of view. It can be a disaster financially because the model is giving the wrong information to you and someone is using that information. Okay? Any questions on responsible ethical AI? Having said all this is one area where nobody has been able to crack. Okay? There is no framework in that if you do this, you become responsible and ethical. It is a person who is dealing with that model, person who is dealing with the data, is how good or bad that person is, or what kind of governance is in place to challenge the data, is determine how ethically you are doing. Okay, because if you are giving a millions and millions of records as a training, you can't say I will validate each and every record. It is impossible for a human to do. So you can only say that I am making sure the data is correct, data is not having or minimal biases, or I am removing as many biases as possible, and then giving it to the model to train and retrain it again and again based on the outcome that is given. Question or any question? Clear? So three things from a ethical and responsible AI point of view. Question the data. Data needs to be of good quality. Evaluate your data or model that you are training from your ethical standards. Okay. And third, validate the outcome that's coming, whether it is if the decisions or outcomes that are meeting your kind of, are they giving the correct outcome or not, and who will be responsible for that. So if suppose in this case, if I'm saying loan application is rejected, is someone validating that part as a human layer in top of that to make sure that any such biases are not creeping in? Because, for example, you can go and complain against me saying that I have rejected your loan application because of discrimination. As an agent, I would say I did not discriminate you. I just followed the rule book template that is given to me. Who is responsible for that? Is the data that is being used to train. Is every Pune person failing on the law? Answer is no. Is every scheme color person is bad criminal? Answer is no. Right? You heard a lot of things happening in US, right? Where someone was killed based on just someone perceived that person is maybe having a criminal background just because of the ethnicity of that person. So those are the responsible and accountability comes into place. Okay? Here. Now let's come to the students part. Actually, someone said students ethical use of ethical use is done. Let me come to this. Build business with AI. That was your point, right? So when you say build business with AI, what does that mean?
Basically, nowadays there is an pattern of one person. It's like one person is building a complete AI-based company.
Okay, that is what. Okay, in this room, how many of you think AI implementation AI project is a technical project? Nobody? Everyone believes that AI is not a technical project? It's not technical work? It's a technical work? Yes, no?
Yes.
It's technical work, right? She is right. Because she said it's not technical. AI project or AI business, there are a lot of companies coming with .ai, something in AI and all that, right? And it's one company or 3-4 people coming in and starting a company and all that, right? It is important for you to understand, and you need to tell your students also, is that AI is not a technical project of work. AI will give you value from a business point of view if you ask the right question. From a business point of view, not a technical point of view, right? Because AI is what is doing is giving the data, analyzing the data, and it's predicting what will be the outcome or what will be the next step that you can do. Or is giving analysis of data based on what you are provided. So if you ask the right question, you will get the correct answer. In between, there are a lot of focus on prompt engineering, right? You must have heard about it. Okay, there are some courses on the prompt engineering and all that. You don't need actually courses on prompt engineering. If you understand your business, you want to achieve outcomes from a business point of view, ask the question to your AI or your model from a business point of view, and you will get a correct answer. Okay. So when you are building the business using AI, right? One, you need to have a strong kind of use case from a revenue business point of view. Is what is the problem that you are trying to solve? Not the technical problem, but the business problem. Okay. Second, you need to have a strong data set to support that. If you are not having the data to train your model, get the outcome, your business on AI will not work. Okay. So these are the two underlying key principles that you need to have. Okay. And third one, that first one that we discussed about how you are building your AI model which are adhering to broad, ethical and responsible standards. Okay. But the important one is what is the business problem that you are trying to solve. You are not able to identify. Yes, no. You are able to arrange that, and still you are accepting that.
Sir, in case of research paper and patent that students are writing using AI, so we send that to Turnitin in software and it gives us AI writing percentage. But assignment part is we are not able to identify.
Okay. So students are using AI, Chat GPT or a cloud or anything else, right? Or maybe free or paid version. Now, I'm not saying it is wrong. They should use it. Okay? If they don't use it, then there is a basic problem. But they should not use it for giving the entire question, copy paste exactly same and submitting it. Because if it's simple, like when I say jobs of AI, AI will take away the jobs, right? If I am using AI to do my work and AI is doing that work effectively and I am using that same and putting it on this one, I don't need a employee, right? I don't need a human. I can as well give it to AI, which will be much cheaper, maybe much faster, and not something about long office hours or commute or anything else. You can keep on doing the job. Okay? So you need to tell your students, no harm in using AI. However, they should use AI to enhance their knowledge, not replace their knowledge. A simple example, in one of my engagement, currently we want to do a requirement capture. Right? Someone said, oh, I will do it through AI. So I explained that person, this is the flow I want. That person has gone, put it into AI and generated the nice requirement document, like 20-page requirement document. Nice. And I first page I read, I said, okay, this is coming from AI. Okay, and I said, okay, fine. If that is the case, I could give the instead of requirement telling to you, I could have given it to the generative AI. I would have got the same outcome. I don't need to use any kind of this. What is the value addition you are bringing to me? If no value addition, then I don't need it. So important for your student to understand is that what is the value addition they are bringing using generative AI. They will improve their productivity, but that should be not be the only reason. It should be also how they are enhancing their technical knowledge. And if they are not, very soon they will realize that basically they have zero knowledge, and company will say, okay, if you have no knowledge and you are going to use Chat GPT or any other generative AI tool, I can as well use that tool and get down. I don't need it. So it's a shortcut they should not use. Second, if you are coming to know that they have done an assignment using generative AI, it's simple. You can ask them 10 questions on the assignment, and you will know that they have used generative AI. They have actually done some work on it. Okay. Other thing that I have seen, I was interacting with one junior fresh out of college. I was looking at his CV. He has mentioned we have done some generative AI work for some booking system. I said, okay, what you did, tell me. He started explaining and everything. I said, okay, but what is the generative AI that you have used in this one? Why you use generative AI? He said, no, we wanted to build this model. I said, okay. What is the benefit of generative AI in this scenario? Or you tell me that you use generative AI just for namesake, because go fancy on a CV, right? Yeah, I done a project on AI. After 5 minutes of discussion, he realized that he is not able to convince me. He said, no, we did not use any, there was no AI in that one. We just built a model, but it could have been done without the model. So, please understand, let your student know that the person in their interview, they are very well aware of all this. So, if you are putting the AI for the sake of putting AI in your CV, the person knows that it is not being done that. Because two questions, that person will understand that whatever you are suggesting AI, basically you want to kill, you want to do a very screw, you want to fix a screw, or that you need a screwdriver. You don't need a sophisticated machine to fix the screwdriver. Right? So AI should not be like that, where you don't need an AI, you are unnecessarily force fitting AI. And And students are doing that today because they are told that if you don't have AI in your city, your job opportunity will be reduced, which is not the case. If they know the domain, their job opportunity will increase and they will have better chance compared to other students because they are able to explain the rationale why a specific tool or technology was used for achieving the business. Okay? Now let's come to cyber security. Like someone which is cyber security precaution in AI and cyber crime. Who was the cyber crime person? Yes. Okay, sorry, I'm just now the best and worst part of AI or the latest technology is that they can detect all the cyber security threats, mitigate them very well, but at the same time they can be a big source of cyber threat also. Right? I am seeing that both they are good and they are bad out there at the same time. Most of the time, and when you are teaching your student or you are doing some project, right? Till now cyber security was considered as an afterthought. I had project developed earlier. I had done my project as per the requirement, what are the functions I need to do it. Now I need to worry about the safety. Earlier it was okay to some extent. In today's world, it is not at all okay. Especially you are building an application or you are working on enterprise grade software. Cyber security needs to be part of your day one architecture. Right? Now, why I am saying cyber AI is good and bad at the same time for cyber security. AI can get a lot of threats. It can have that kind of power, compute power that they can detect a lot of threats, identify the threats predictively, and mitigate them. So if you have a strong layer of security inbuilt into your entire development process, you can mitigate those risks. But there are also kind of the other side of the cyber AI. It can give multiple, since it has that power, it can simulate multiple attacks at the same time. It can kind of penetrate your vulnerabilities very quickly. And the systems which are developed over a period of last 20, 30 years, they were not that secure. There will always be some opening which the AI can quickly find. And I think 6 months back, if you remember, suddenly the market, US market crashed. All the AI technology stock crashed, right? Because someone released a model which is not given to any enterprise now, even because it can have this one, I think, open AI, right? Not open AI. What is it? Starting with A, some company which has released a model which can basically simulate threat analysis. So it was given to a ethical hacker to find out the vulnerabilities in the system and tell the company these are the 20, 30, 50 gaps that you have from a cyber attack. The company stopped giving it to Anthropic. Okay, Anthropic has used a model which was able to kind of simulate ethical attack